In the last video lecture, we started off with the multivariable regression analysis. Just a quick recap. A multivariable regression analysis means you have more than two variables in your regression model. The first variable you are talking about is the dependent variable or the y variable. And you have more than one explanatory variables or x variables. To show as an example, I am going to often refer to the three variable model. So you have dependent variable y, independent variable x2 and independent variable x3. Okay, but throughout this lecture you can always generalize the properties as well as the conclusions from a three variable model to a k variable model as well. Okay, so in the last lecture we had a look at what the multivariable regression model looks like, the estimators, point estimator as well as interval estimators, and also the properties of these OLS estimators. Now we are going to have a look at the multiple coefficient of determination, which is capital R square, and its square root, which is called multiple coefficient of correlation, capital R. This is similar to small r square and small r of our two variable regression model. Okay, the concepts are very similar, and the slight differences which are there, we will point them out as we go through this lecture. So the name is multiple coefficient of determination. It is denoted by capital R square. Once you use capital R instead of small r, that means you are talking about a multivariable regression model. That is, you have more than two variables in this model. Okay. What is capital R square or multiple coefficient of determination? It calculates the percentage or proportion of variations in y variable which is being explained by variations in the independent variables x2 and x3 jointly. That is, together how much do variations of x2 and x3 explain or account for variations in y variable. The derivation is given very briefly. I have only pointed out the important steps. Usually you don't get this derivation as a question, but just understand it. So the first line here is that I'm showing yi. Right, this first line is yi is equal to beta 1 hat plus beta 2 hat x2i plus beta 3 hat x3i plus ui. This is the general form of the three variable regression model. This ui hat is my error term. It's also known as the residual term or the deviation of observed yi from estimated yi hat. Right, so keeping instead of this term in the second line, I am writing yi hat. So the estimated value of yi hat plus deviation ui hat will give you your original or observed yi. In the last video lecture, if you remember, I had shown you the deviation form. Basically, from the left hand side of this equation, if I subtract y bar, and also from the right hand side, if I subtract y bar, I'll get this deviation form. That is, yi is equal to beta 2 hat x2i plus beta 3 hat x3i plus ui hat. Observe here that I'm using small letters, which means yi, small yi means capital yi minus y bar. Small x2i means capital X2i minus x2 bar, and so on. So the small letters denote deviations. if you want to remind yourself of the derivation, you can just have a look at the last lecture that I had uploaded. So in deviation form also I can write small yi, that is the observed deviation from mean of y variable, is equal to small yi hat plus ui hat. Now I'm going to square and sum up on both sides. Okay, so remember, if you have a plus b whole square, it will be a square. So you have yi hat square plus b square. So you have ui hat square plus 2ab. So you have 2 times yi hat ui hat. Now I have squared it up and then I have summed it up across n observation. So I have put in this summation sign. Right, here I have taken 2, it's a constant, so I have taken 2 outside the summation sign. Right, now properties of OLS estimators, which was discussed in the last lecture, we said that the estimated yi hat and the residual term ui hat are uncorrelated, or they are independent, which is why summation yi hat ui hat will be equal to 0. Right, so if this term goes away, you can see that summation yi square is equal to summation yi hat square plus ui hat square. This is exactly the same equation and the same form that we had seen in the 2 variable case. On the left hand side, you have summation yi square is called the total sum of squares, and summation yi hat square is your explained sum of squares. That is, how much of the variations in the observed yi are being explained by variations in the variables x2 and x3, and whatever remains unexplained is captured by summation ui hat square. It is called the residual sum of squares. So this is the formula for explained sum of squares, that is summation yi hat square will be beta 2 hat summation yi x2i, summation yi x2i plus beta 3 hat times summation yi x3i, and r square is ESS divided by TSS. So I have just written the expanded formula over here. Right, again I repeat, same logic as small r square in the 2 variable regression model. Okay, if you look at this formula over here, you can see that the r square can be easily computed by the values given in the sample. Yi, capital Yi, capital Xi, X2i, capital X3i similarly are all observable. So the mean y bar, x2 bar, x3 bar are also observable. So this entire formula or this entire value of r square can be easily computed from the sample values. Its extreme values will be 0 and 1. So r square, capital R square, multiple coefficient of determination will lie between 0 and 1. If the value is 0, it means the variations in observed yi are not at all explained by variations in my independent variables x2 and x3. On the other hand, if it is 1, that means the entire of the variations in yi are being explained by, or 100% of these variations are being explained by variations in x2 and x3. So closer the value of r square is to 1, better is the fit of the model. Okay. Now in the 2 variable case, the small r square, its square root, the small r was or is the coefficient of correlation. The coefficient of correlation R is something that you have come across several times in your statistics and your quantitative QT classes, right? The R, small r, the coefficient of correlation actually measures the degree of linear association between the two variables y and x. Now, when it comes to the multivariable case, square root of capital R square is capital R. It's called coefficient of multiple correlation. This is the name, coefficient of multiple correlation. However, its interpretation is a little bit complicated. What it means is that it is an indicator of the degree of association between y and x2 and x3 in a joint manner. So, although such an interpretation is possible, it is a little difficult to use. So, we generally do not pay as much stress to capital R as we pay to the small r in the two variable case. Remember, in the two variable case, your r could lie between -1 and +1. So if you have a negative value of r, it means the association, small r, it means the degree of linear association between y and x is negatively related. So as y is increasing linearly, x will be decreasing, and so on. But here, since capital R shows the degree of association between y and the other independent variables in a joint fashion, it is much more difficult to interpret. So we do not use this in practical and empirical analysis as much, but the value has got a name, and that is what it means, coefficient of multiple correlation. Okay, we shall not be using it too much. Only this small r has statistical importance. Okay. Finally, the relationship between variance of the partial regression coefficient and r square. Okay, just this shouldn't be r2, it's r square. Okay, that's superscript. So the relationship between the variance and the partial regression coefficients should be noted. Remember, we do not need to use this derivation, but this formula is important. We will be using it later on when we are discussing multicollinearity and so on. Okay, so just have a look. Observe that r square j appears in the denominator of this model. Okay, where rj square, actually the partial regression coefficient of xj on the remaining k minus 2 regressors. Okay, so just keep this formula in mind for future discussions. You don't need to derive or learn the derivation.